is going on, Division Agents? It is Leon Rage here, and we're back on Tom Clancy's The Division. Once again, bringing you another video on how my personal opinion of what gun talents to be using for a certain build. Today we're going to be talking about the ability builds that I use, which normally I run with now the Tactical Nomad, which is going to be a 3-piece Tactician and 2-piece Nomad. Now, I do have another build that does rely on abilities, which is the Firecrest, which is the Fire Tactician, as I normally call it, which is basically 3 Firecrest piece and 2 Tactician. But I want to talk a little bit more on the Tactical Nomad. I will leave a link to both of the builds in the description box down below if you want to check those out as well. But going into the gun talents, and since I said before this is going to be a ability build, a lot of these talents are focused towards benefits of using abilities and maybe no, well, I can't really say that they add to abilities. It's really just more using your abilities can add on to you yourself as a player. And note once again, this is just my personal opinion on these talents for these builds. So, with that being said, let's go into it. So, as you can see, I'm using a assault rifle and a submachine gun. The submachine gun, like I said in other videos, with this assault rifle, you don't necessarily have to use these two guns in general, but it's really more for the talents that you're looking for your primary purpose of a gun, or your most preferred gun. So going into the talents, we have Adept. Using the skill increases your critical hit chance by 7.5% for 15 seconds. Ferocious, damage elite and named enemies increased by 10%. And Fierce. Critical hit chances increased by 5% when using this weapon. So a lot of these are really just more stacking damage upon what you can already do. As you can see, my firearms is a little bit on the low side, mainly because I want my abilities to be hitting harder. So I want a faster cooldown, though my skill power is not as high as I would want it to be, because I want to be able to take a little bit more hits, which is why my toughness is pretty under decent, I could say, I guess. But as I said before, the reason why I have Adept is because on this build I have I have a sticky bomb and the turret. So every single time I use one of them, my critical hit chance is going to be increased by 7.5%. And normally the missions that I run on are usually hard, challenging, and legendary. And I even go in the underground and do the 3-phase operations under challenging. So basically every enemy is going to be elite, which is going to be perfect for having Ferocious on your gun. Fierce, I really just like having more chances to be stacking on critical hit chance and critical hit damage, because obviously you want to be able to melt the opponent very quickly. Other talents that I have on my secondary, as you can see, I still have Adept, just in case I need to switch over to a different gun. And then I have Commanding. Every skill performed while the signature skill is active, it extends the duration by 20%. Normally I wouldn't really use this one, but since I can't re-roll anything, it can come in handy, just in case you're in that pinch, or maybe you are doing a mission where you're finally at the last boss, so you activate maybe your tactical link to increase your damage over time. And maybe if there are a few stragglers, you can just pop them off as well. Also, I have Competent. Weapon damage is increased by 10% for 15 seconds after using the skill. So normally if this gun would have been higher, if I could have had this on the house per se, it would have been better. I would have gotten rid of Commanding, and I would have hoped to get one for Adept and Competent, just so that way the damage can be increased like by quite a bit. That's what, 7.5 and then 10%, so that's 17.5% extra than what you can do once you use an ability. So with that being said, I'm gonna try to go find me another random group to run with, and I will show you what I mean about these guns and the talents in that mission. And we'll see you out there. Tunnel camp on challenging with these other two groups of people, and I assume they're already knowing each other. So,
I think I might want to run a sniper in this one.
normally in this specific mission, I don't normally run on this build. I normally run as a healer just to make sure that all my teammates can be revived when needed.
Warning. Sentry turret detected.
I've seen those in action. They're nasty. Get in close before it recognizes you as hostile, or we're gonna need a sponge to mop you up.
Whoa.
And, okay, there's already a healer on this team.
Warning. Oh, fuck. An agent on your team is down. Requires assistance.
Let's see how well this team does.
Yeah, they're right there.
Alright, so now that I used my turret, now this ACR that I have is going to have a little more of a damage buff. And what I love about the tactician build is that all the abilities get an increase as long as you can consecutively hit the opponent. And for the 4-piece, it is increased by 30% max. So that's always good to have. I know the 6-piece, I think it does a 60%.
Oh, is the guy behind us then?
Yeah. One of them shield guys. There we go. He's going down.
Where's the other one at? Another one here.
I'm not getting a clear shot.
What the fuck is going on?
Oh, okay.
Agent on your team is down. Requires assistance.
I thought it was clear, but I wasn't. Alright, so this is horrible. Horrible start. Let's switch over.
Where the fuck's the switch? I can't.
So as you can see on the bottom, there's the little owl and the little brain. So now this Vector has both of those perks. And there's the train again, so I'm going to mute real quick.
The relay's gotta be on the roof. Probably gonna have some techie types up there to keep it running.
He's talking about combat engineers. They're alert, well-trained, and packing gear on par with ours. The LMB didn't cut corners on outfitting their people.
Fuck, they got that.
Yeah, shit, walk right into him.
Out there.
Get the fuck up the ladder, you fool. There's one still up here. Alright, stay on it. Alright. There's two.
Alright, now that the train is somewhat past, I finally start talking to you a little bit more. So now that that ability popped off, now we can just do a little bit more damage. Though I wish this was on a different gun rather than this vector. The only reason why I like the vector is just because of how it looks. Oh, okay. So I had nowhere to get into cover. And just like that, we're done. Okay. As long as these guys, or one of these guys, one has the weapons cache, the other one has the healing. Everyone has the revival link. One has a scan, one has turret. It's not too bad of a loadout for some people. Alright, so getting that off is going to be very helpful for us. Okay. Does it stay here? You should be able to heal me from there, yeah. Okay. So you'll stay in cover.
Okay, and I recall somebody else who survived.
Alright. There you go. Now you got that overheal. Smart. I'm glad I know, or glad there's someone in this little group that knows how to run a healer. Oh, this just reminds me, I'm gonna feel bad for one friend of mine who wanted to get the urban MDR. He gonna hate me, especially if I get it. A certain friend of mine wants the urban MDR really badly, and this is the last daily that I need, or one of the last missions that I need to complete the weekly assignments. Woo-hoo-hoo. That was a little too close for me. Oh, and I'm okay.
Agent on your team is down. Requires assistance.
This sucks. Oh, well, point is, I got those turrets out of the way, which is always good to not have against you, because then it just means you're going to be constantly being shot at. Where the hell's their damn... Okay, I'm using the ACR this time. There's the station, so I'm going to try to flank around it. I get a little more ballsy whenever I'm not on my healer build. Okay, there's a... that's not the one I want. Where's it? Oh, I'm out of EMPs. Great. Well, that was stupid of me to stand there. Gina, thank you. Damn. I'm really sucking all this week playing this game. I apologize for that. Alright, that one's down. Just to be on the safe side.
Oh, fuck.
Warning.
God damn it.
Agent on your team is down. Requires assistance.
Shit.
Who's down?
I should have been ready for that.
Alright, well. Pop that off. Get all three of them up. Damn. Okay. So I completely forgot about the damn rushers that come out there. Oh, this is horrible.
Fuck, you're shooting me.
Then probably should be a little more communication between this team. And he got himself up. Nice. Let's see. Where can he?
Oh, fuck.
Alert. Friendly division agent is down.
Alright.
Let's do it, do that.
Let's see if we
I
can
don't
get
know where my
everybody up.
fucking link is. My
Let's get this person up real quick. And looks like we're picking everybody up today. Yay.
thank you. Jesus Christ.
There's that ability perk again. Pop that off. See, and it still takes quite a bit of armor off of him, even if he was in that radius. But we gotta get that station down. Did somebody already get it? There we go. This is the guy you usually want to watch out for. That sticky bomb of his is just insane. That should be it for this part. And now here comes the harder part. I'm so tempted to switch off to my healer to be able to get to this part quicker.
It's time to find out if the last
But,
man battalion can take the heat.
Overheating CPU. Disabling
I am sorry for that. This guy just...
sequence complete. Server data replaced.
I can't say much. I burp him all in my videos too. But yeah, you can see every single time I pop off an ability, especially when I have the vector on, Adip kicks in and, well, hang on. Yeah, Adip kicks in and so does Competent. So if I were to have Ferocious on my vector as well, that's going to be that I get. So having talents on your guns that gives you buffs every time you use an ability is always going to be very, very helpful. But I know in this patch, like in other videos that from other people that have posted on YouTube and stuff, electronics builds are not really that what's the word I'm looking for? Not really relative much, I guess, but they're not so much as made as there used to be. Like when people were making Firecrest and healers for the first time. Now everyone's a little bit focused on stamina and firearms rather than electronics and stamina or electronics and firearms. In case they wanted to be more of the heavy hitting without being what's goddamn, I'm stumbling on my words today. So, yeah. What else? What else? What else is there that I need to say? I think that's it. Jesus. Hopefully this video isn't too bad for y'all viewers because I went down several times. So, let's pop that there. It's kind of ridiculous for me to pop that there, especially when I don't get a buff. But the buff's not going to last long enough for me to get it.
Got some good news. I've got backup moving on your position. They're past the first turret and moving fast.
Especially with my lousy ass aim. So, there goes that one. Anyone else? There's the healer. As I said before, you want to prioritize healers and grenaders anytime you see them. And of course, if you got rushers, take those out immediately because these things will fuck you up. Surprised this guy didn't see that this sniper was right behind him. This person down here? No, he's not. Okay. Where's this last? Oh, there you are.
Roger that. Your reinforcements just crossed the midpoint of the tunnel.
Well, it took down his armor at least. Me being stupid, I didn't see that guy right away. Let's switch off to the electric. Throw that there.
Additional hostiles inbound.
Hang tight. Backup's almost at your position.
Nice. And I still got that damage buff, or the critical hit chance, I probably should say. As you can see, it is like pitch black on my TV. Pop. There you go. Normally if I ran with my crew, we would have been done with this probably about maybe 5 minutes. Like, about 5 minutes ago we probably would have been done with this mission. Because usually when I run with my crew, everyone has their own role, everyone knows what to do. And, you know, we don't group up, we don't run around like randoms, like I'm doing right now. You know, the way how me and my crew plays, we don't run ahead off from each other. Well, one person in our crew does because he's a tank.
That's how you do it.
And,
Just kick the leg out from
you know, he
under
likes
these
to
LMB mooks. Keep it up
be
and
the
you're
main
going
thing.
down.
But that's just how he plays. Can't change that. So, that's the video about having talents that benefit from using abilities. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. And stay tuned, I'll be posting more videos about other builds as well. If I make any other builds on this game, or if maybe I could probably just do a video on how we do legendary missions with just me and my crew. No more randoms. Alright, I'll see y'all guys later.
Ooh.